waiting. There we go. We have the white flag. It is an official race, still waiting to sort out some of the times. I think we had a photo finish there coming in for 4, 5, 6. So the finish camera there from the HereNow.com crew trying to establish the order and the timing.
That was youth nationals. This is Summer Nationals, so there are like U19, U23, so older.
What's the best of the best? I don't know. What's one of those?
Here Now has done a lot of events over the years and has certainly evolved thanks to Brian Reynolds, who's based out of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Results can be found not only for this race, but past races like Youth Nationals, as well as World Selection Trials and a couple other head races, and you can even search back multiple years. But all that can be found at HereNow.com, including photo finishes. So if something, say even from 2 years ago, was a photo finish and Here Now was there, it's more than likely that you can still find that photo finish up there.
Yeah, really interesting way too that photo finish works is they've got a camera lined up right on the finish line, and it takes a picture every thousandth of a second, and it overlays those pictures so you can see exactly where the bow ball is, and that's why our timing is accurate to a thousandth of a second, because we've got that precise camera there measuring the time, measuring the distance as we go through.
So in my world, it's a millisecond.
Oh, they haven't even
This
started.
is a great overhead shot
my
here.
world,
This
it's
is
a
something a
millisecond.
lot of people don't get to see. Is
Yeah.
A lot of shit
crews
happens in
backing
a
themselves
millisecond.
Yeah.
into the stake boats.
Stephen, this is what you were talking about, being able to see a race from the start.
Okay,
As
but it
these
says
crews
they're
back into
active.
their stake boats here, every race course is going to be different. Sometimes you can go around and come behind the stake boats, but here in Camden, crews have to back in. There's a stake boat holder that holds each of the crews while the referees line them up from the shore. The liner, you can see the white tent on the far shoreline here.
Yeah, they've actually got a couple of wires up there, and that makes up the start line. So
I think
a liner will
Lil
align
is
both
here in
wires
4.
in front of themselves and try and get all 6 bow balls lined up
Do you have
on
a
that
screen
too. All
recording or not?
all
Doing
the
it now,
people up there, the stake boat holders laying off the dock, have
Can you
a
maximize that? Or is it
a
as big as
radio
it
in
gets?
their ear.
I
And
could,
the
but
liner's giving
there's
instructions
record
to them
not be
to
as
either
good.
pull the boat in or push it out fractions of an inch to make sure that we have a fair and aligned start. Everybody
does
starts
what?
from the same
Pulls the
point,
boat in
and
and out?
everybody's
Person
got the
laying
same
on the
2,000.
Oh, they have
holding
a
the boat, yeah.
pole or something?
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic
they
of
automate
thanking
that?
people for all of their
Not that
efforts,
automated.
all of the stake boat holders, the people lying on these docks holding these boats, these are all volunteers. I would think pretty much all of them today are local high schoolers that are out here spending their time volunteering, making sure that the regatta runs well. So big kudos to them, because without them, those boats wouldn't really be able to get
The
lined up as well
Northeast
as
is
they
so
are.
much prettier than the Southeast.
Yeah, that is true. I've run.
It's just such a nicer
start
scene
line
than
for a few
Well,
large
yeah.
events,
Then you
go
NCAAs,
across
Big
the
Ten
river and
Women's
you've got
Championship
Camden,
in Indianapolis,
yeah.
and it is
But
a
it has so
very
much more
very
potential.
Herculean
Yeah.
effort from the crews working up
There's
at the
the bridge
start line.
to
Not
the
many
bridge.
people get to see
It's what?
them.
That's
Not
the
many
bridge to
people
their
will
house.
hear
Yeah.
about them, but they've got a
Okay.
very important job. So thank you
That's
to
cool.
them.
And it looks like we do have a start for the first semifinal of the U17 Women's 4. Lane 1, we have CRI. Lane 2, Ready, Set, Row. Lane 3, Ready, Set, Row. Lane 4, Ready, Set, Row. Joined by Greenwich and Whitemarsh on the outer
That's the
lanes.
pirate.
Ready, Set, Row, the head coach is Holly Austin. And talking about somebody
Which
who
is
has
Will's
really
boat,
shown a lot of
Jara.
depth. Holly's done
Yeah.
an amazing job over the summers prepping athletes, both rowers and coxswains, to be able to take that next step in their career, whether it's being more competitive within their own clubs or getting them prepared, ready for college. So, I mean, as we've talked about numerous times today, the amount of boats from one program just really speaks to the depth of the program, the coaching of the program, the style, the organization. So big
That's
kudos to
Atlas,
Holly
though.
for being able
That's the other
to
one.
run such a successful program, and in this event specifically, putting 3 boats in. Unfortunately, though, there's only 2 spots up for grabs, so we know that at least one of those Ready, Set, Row boats is going to be knocked out. But as we check into racing here,
If there are 2 spots up
we
for the
still
grabs,
have
they
a
can't
pretty
get
tight
both.
pack.
Yeah, but they can't get
CRI
3.
here in
That's the
lane
problem.
1 coming down from Boston. U17s
Those
are
are all 3 R's. Are
headed
those.
up
So-
by Coach John Sisk. CRI as a whole is headed up by Sky Elliott. Greenwich in 5 and 6. Greenwich and 5, White Marsh, another Philly crew in the local Schuylkill,
Hey.
right alongside
You watching?
the Conshohocken Rowing
Well,
Center.
I had it up.
Another
but I
local
can't watch.
favorite.
I've only got like 5 minutes
This
left.
looks
of
like
this.
we've got a
Oh,
pretty
no.
close race up here between
Yes.
lanes
You gotta-
3 and 4. Between
I'm
two of
recording
those
it, and you
Ready,
can
Set,
come over
Row
this afternoon for
crews,
the others.
for that first and
Okay.
second spot. This is
Looks
going
like
to
they're
be
so you're
a
watching
very
right now.
exciting race as they sort
but I only have
themselves
3
out
minutes
just
left.
past
Or
the
no, my
500
dad
meter
just said
mark
I
and
can
now
log in.
approaching
Okay, cool.
us in the broadcast booth.
I'm a little.
I know. Call me back or not. That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You did a
She's
trial.
stressed. Yeah.
As we said earlier, it really speaks to the depth of the program. All of these crews on the course finished top 18 in their event yesterday. So the fact that crews like that show up
So now
multiple
that's
times, you've
Allison
got your
Hill.
Greenwich crew and CRI, Ready Set Row, all these crews with multiple crews in here really speaks to the depth of talent that these programs are able to get into them for their summer racing camps.
So as they come across us here in the broadcasting tent, Ready Set Row can be spotted anywhere with their flames on their unis, their shirts really looking like
Nice.
very forceful, almost kind of channeling their inner Katniss from the Hunger Games. But you see the 3 Ready
There's
Set Row boats really
Allie!
charging out in front, followed by closely the pack of 3 behind them with CRI here
she's
in
gonna be
lane
here.
1 closest to shore,
She's
as
stroke.
well as Greenwich and White Marsh on the far
That
side.
looks more
Pretty
like her, too.
competitive
Yeah, the
race for that
coxswain's in the
4th spot.
opposite end of the boat in the forest.
And even with only the
And
top 2
Lil
advancing,
is-
these
I don't remember what
these
seat
crews
she's
out
in.
here on the race course, they're athletes,
Oh,
they're
no,
racers.
come on,
they're
Lil!
going to, if they've got a boat next to them, they're going to
Don't
race.
let 'em catch you!
And you love to see it, especially in a tight race like that, even if you're not necessarily in a qualifying spot, doing what you can to make sure that you're
There's
at
Alice.
least the crew next to you.
There you go. You see the flames coming up in these Ready Set Row crews. They're strong. They're confident. They are just going after it here, making sure that they push their bows straight into the final. This category again is U17. So these rowers are under 17. So most of them average age, they're right about 16. There's a lot of 15-year-olds here. And the fact that all these crews are sitting here racing in the semifinals, the top 18, this is what would be, frankly, an A-level final, B-level final, and C-level final, so they can compare times across the field to figure out where they were.
There's Nate.
Looks like we've got
It does look like
easy
it.
view now from our finish line camera, looking up the course a little bit. This is what it would be like if you're not currently here on the banks of the Cooper River. This is kind of what your view would be looking up towards the finish line. You
Yeah,
can
you
see
can't
that
tell.
orange buoy there marking
I do
off
think they're still ahead of
the
us
last
guys.
little bit of the race course. Little hard to tell kind of at that angle where the boats are. because
Close,
the
come
buoys
on,
are,
Lil!
out there marking about every 10 meters on the race course. So there's a lot of buoys out there. It's a little hard to really gain depth perception to kind of sort the boats out. But it does
Come
look
on,
like we've
Lil.
got lane 3 Ready Set Row out in front, trailed by lane 4 Ready Set Row and the other Ready Set Row boat from lane 2 holding on to that 3rd spot. It still looks like farther back in the field we've got quite a race.
Hey.
Okay, I can't see it, so just tell me what's
There
happening.
we go.
Okay, Alice is in front.
Across the
Lil's
finish.
second. The other boat is third. The 3 RSR boats are at first, second, and third. But second and third is tight, yes.
Alice is killing it. Her
Yes.
boat is killing it.
They had a close-up of her boat, and you could definitely see little Alice. Go,
Yep.
go, go.
Ready
Yep.
Set Row still really dominating the field here. I don't want to speak too soon, but I would say that's a pretty solid pick for, I would say, medal contention in the final. When you've got that much of a lead here, obviously you need to compare times, and you don't necessarily know who is saving energy or really laying it all on the line in the other semis, but knowing that there's only one final up for grabs, these crews are working pretty darn hard.
Yeah, very, very strong, very confident performance, especially for that boat in first place. It looks like lane 2 now maybe trying to make a little
What?
bit of a challenge and try and make sure that it's them instead of their
Yeah.
teammates that are racing. And one of the fun things about racing your teammates is it's friendly. It's more like a sibling rivalry, especially
I know.
if you've been training together.
So
and
Lil's
working
on the
really hard
left,
together.
and the other
You
team's on
want
the
to
right.
win. You want your other teammates to do well too, but ultimately
Alice is
you're
in the
going to try
farthest
your
from
very
you.
best
In
to
the
make
you know
sure
she's
that
in
it's
the
your boat
way
across
behind the
Stroke,
cox.
right.
line first.
Yeah, there. All right. Well, that's looking strong.
I know, right? Look, there's Allie!
Go Allie!
Very nice overhead shot
Nice!
of that lead boat from Ready Set Row as they approach the finish line. Maybe about 100 meters or so to go.
Sheesh!
They've
Look
got
at that
very
lead.
solid-
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
no
They don't even really
shit.
pick it into a sprint that much. Looks like they're just pulling it solid across the line. And
Are the
no
other
reason
boats
to
still
when
on the
you've got
river?
an open water lead like that.
There's
No
Lily.
need to force a mistake.
Lil looks like she's
Second from the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can pick her out.
Yay! All right.
Very well rowed race. Very commanding race.
It's all right.
from
Finals
Ready Set Row.
tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Here they are, followed by their teammates coming into second place. 2 Ready Set Rows punching their ticket into the final.
Clark A.
Their teammates showing up for the third, so that is Ready Set Row going 1, 2, 3 unofficially.
Lil's just smaller. Alice is
We
big.
still had that fight between 4th, 5th, and 6th, and we'll see where that sorts out. As we
7:42, and
have
they'll
in
be
front
like
of us here on the
7:50.
race course, we've got
Yeah,
women's
more.
U17 semifinal 2
20
in
seconds
the 4.
yesterday.
Looks like
20
Row
seconds
America
second.
Rye out front, followed by Greenwich Crew for that second spot. And lane 3 TBC off the pace just a little bit. And then again, another very tight race between West Side, TBC Racing, and Port over in lane 6.
This is-
So it's a very, very tight race. Again, 4, 4, 5, 6.
This is
It
the
looks like
next
there's a
heat.
little bit of separation
There's
right
two
now
boats.
between
Yes.
first and second, but there is a little bit of overlap between those two boats. Those two boats with open water over the rest of the
No.
field.
Row America Rye, another dominating force in the junior women's world right now. We talked about Greenwich earlier and how they took the women's 8 at the 2021 Youth National Championships. Row America Rye was only 3 seconds behind them to